What is going on, everybody? Salty Bushwhacker down here in Isla Mirada, right out front of the Mystic, our houseboat, the 38-foot holiday mansion. And I wanted to give you guys an update on some of the projects and the status of the remodel that we have been working on with this boat. Been coming down quite a bit the last couple months, 3 weeks or 3 days here, 5 days here, just as much as I can, because unfortunately I am going to have surgery next week because I was recently diagnosed with prostate cancer. So I got to get that taken care of. So I'm going to be having surgery to have that removed, and for the next few months I'm going to be pretty limited on what I could do, at least when it comes to heavy lifting. I'm going to be able to function fine, but when it comes to lifting heavy stuff and doing that kind of stuff, I'm just not going to be able to function that well. But let me show you what we've done so far since my last video. One of the nice things that's going to be for me is not having to step over this big lip on the boat. What I did was I cut out a little opening in this on the bow of the boat. It was quite the trip hazard. We used to have stairs. You would climb up and over and down, which for the most part wasn't bad, but when you had groceries or laundry or tools or anything like that, big or high, low tide, high tide, extreme tide, which are not that bad here in the Keys, but every now and then on a full or new moon you will get one that's a little crazy. It just made it a trip hazard, like an accident waiting to happen. So we cut it out, or I cut it out, and Leslie was really happy about it. So cut it out. I kind of just finished it off and glassed it in right here. And now when you go to walk into the boat, you don't even have to break stride. You just step right in, or you step right out. What else? Up here, the solar panels. I think I mentioned that in one of my other videos, but I just have the 3 panels installed. That's it. I don't have the rest of the system in yet, which I will, but that's got to be, I'm working with the remodel as far as where I'm putting the batteries and stuff like that. But 3 weeks after I installed these, this center panel, Leslie and I were standing underneath here, and it just shattered. Glass didn't go in everywhere because they're laminated, but literally right over top of our heads it just shattered. I didn't hear anything hit it, nothing. The heat of the day, so the only thing I think of is maybe a bird flying overhead dropped something, maybe, I don't know. I read all the reviews and I haven't really seen that as a complaint with them. The good thing is this kit comes with 3 panels. They ship you 3 panels, and they accidentally shipped me 3 extra panels. So I have an extra panel. I don't even have to call them. So there's that. When I cut this opening out, what I had to do was reroute the water line. So here is the new water line where it's coming in. And now I started, as a little bit of an upgrade, just an inline RV filter, and it makes the water taste amazing right out of the spigot. I don't even have to filter it, which gets the chlorine taste out of it, gets all that stuff out of it. So really it was a good idea. And then behind that, I redid every single bit of water line in this boat. It had like the old gray 3/8 line that, like, literally if I bumped it with my foot at times, accidentally kicked it when I was working on some, there was twice where it just broke the line. So the stuff was old and brittle, and it was like a time bomb. So didn't need, I always shut the water off when I leave the boat for an extended period of time anyways, but now I don't have to worry about it. PEX A water line is what I use. That stuff is so simple to use. You expand it with the tool, you stick it over the fitting, and it's done. It takes you like 8 seconds to attach it. Easier than shark bite, more durable than shark bite. Really awesome. Next to that, you will see the Shoreline plug-in, and before I had that, a 30 amp service, and I went to a 50 amp service. And just to give you an idea, it's just a lot more juice. You can see the 2 lines over there. the thicker 50 amp compared to the 30 amp. So I can just run a lot more things on this boat and not have to worry about tripping a breaker. This boat was kind of a mess when it came to that. It had 3 breaker boxes. It had just the wiring was just old. I wouldn't say it was unsafe, but it was just due. So my buddy Dave Fox, a good friend of mine, was awesome and really helped me out. We came down here in like 3.5 days, ripped every stitch of wiring out of this boat, every outlet, every breaker box, everything electrical came out of this boat, and it got replaced with brand new marine wire, brand new outlets, outlet boxes, breaker box, everything. The whole boat is a brand new electrical system. We did it in like 3.5 days. I mean, it's not that impressive on the timeline because he's really good at what he does and he's fast, and it's a smaller boat, but it's just much more peace of mind now to have all that in here and not have to worry about it. So let's move on. Let me show you what else we're working at and going forward with. And so, one of the nice things, I added this switch so when we come in, we can flip a light on like that. Now that light is going to go all the way behind the sofa and then across the other way there too. So at night, it'll really light this up down below, and it's a pretty neat kit because you can set it to how you want. If you want the light to be white or bluish or yellowish or really dim or really bright, you can preset it before you turn it on, and it's good to go. It even has an app on your phone where you can adjust it that way. So yeah, there's our new sofa that we put in. Had to bring that in through the window that's getting replaced there. And what else? Oh, down below there, I know it doesn't look like much, but like right here, these posts that I did, I remodeled all of them. You know, I boxed them all in. You know, after I framed them in, now I made them look nice. So wrapped them in wood, painted them. There's the outlets. It's just a nice clean look. We got all this storage underneath now because the old paneling used to come all the way down. Now we got more floor space. Same thing over there. There's my old tongue and groove that's still got to go on the wall, stacked up over there. Oh, I sit on the couch here. Now, right here, this is new. It's a tongue and groove that I put in. Now, those top 3 boards will come off, obviously, because when the new kitchen cabinets come in, they got to get mounted first. Then those boards will get mounted all the way up the kitchen backside of these kitchen cabinets, and it'll make a nice wall. I think we're gonna whitewash it, like you see the white in the walls here. I think we're gonna do that like a whitewash. I will let the chief decorating engineer make that choice, Leslie. She's the brains that operation as far as what looks good. But yeah, that's a start. So that closet's boxed in. That's a closet behind there. The new flooring's going to be going in here. So once this flooring gets put in, that gets whitewashed. It's really, really looking nice. This window, I got the frame made for it because I have to be able to push this whole window out for when we do stuff like a sofa or kitchen cabinets or something big. I want to have the ability to take it out. It doesn't happen often. It might not happen for another 7 years. But when it does need to come out, you need to have the ability to do that. So that's why I'm doing that. And I'm eliminating all this glass. As pretty as this cardboard is, I have that up right now because this back of this boat just lets so much heat in. This is going to get fiberglassed, plywood, insulated, just like this stuff up here. It's all going to be insulated wood paneling, but it's going to be able to come out. And then I'm going to put like a window about that size. It's going to go right in the middle, one window, so it'll be that much less heat that comes through. We'll still be able to see out, have some visibility, and it's a nice compromise. Plus, this window is the worst idea in the world. Somebody actually might have went to engineering school to think of this, but this window sits at an angle. The back of the boat's slanted, right? So when it rains, rain pours in on this window. Well, it's a sliding glass door, so it's got a track. And when a window sits at an angle like that and you got a track, there's no way to drain it. So it just holds water constantly. Horrible design. So it's got to go away. Anyways, I'm off that tangent. What else? Here's the galley. The cabinets in the galley here are going to be pretty much look just like this, except they're going to run to the fridge. And they're going to run a little bit further over this way. It's going to have 3 big drawers instead of that opening, and that's going to be 3 big drawers. The cabinets came in today. Leslie sent me pictures. The countertops in, I have that, and I'm just waiting on this countertop. So once this countertop comes in, we'll be good to go to redo all of this. And then all that's getting taken off. This is all getting cleaned up. This looks like a bomb went off right now because it's a construction zone while I'm trying to live in it. But gives you an idea. Be a nice countertop. This post right here, it's gonna stay, but I'm gonna replace it. I'm gonna build like a wood boxy column, and I'm going to put my outlets in there because I need 2 dedicated outlets over here that are going to be independent from the other stuff, because the microwave's going over here, the cooktop stuff's going over here. So the stuff that draws a lot of power are going to have their own dedicated line. They're not going to be off of anything else, so we're not going to have to worry about, you know, popping breakers or anything like that. But that's will be nice. Cooktop, microwave, cooking area over here. Nice sink, more countertop space, more drawer space, more storage. This boat galley is going to be more like a residential house kitchen with the size of it. And the funny thing is this used to be our living area that was super small, but when we transformed it to a galley, it actually has room because we're not lounging in here. We're operating and functioning and cooking in here. Now down there, it's like 3 times the room for a galley. I mean, for a salon, with the sofa, with the chase lounge. We can fit 3 to 4 people down there comfortably. Whereas before, when we just had a little couch right here, it was 2 people and that was it. And it wasn't even that comfortable because you were coming in the slider, you were right on top of the people that were in here. At least now it's a functioning galley. And then down there is the salon area. All right. Now, let's move on to what I did this week. Thanks to my buddy Dave Fox. Again, thank you, Dave, for helping me knock out the electric. Let me show that first. So there's the electrical box. And then over there is all the brand new marine wires that are coming in. And there's just 1 breaker box instead of 3. I still got to label the breakers. But now we have a hot water heater. We've never had one on the boat, but now we do. And I had to make a little shelf here, glass these 2x4s to the contour of the boat because there was nowhere to just frame anything. So I actually had to glass these 2x4s into place, put a cross member, cut this plywood to fit just this water heater because I still want to have the ability to climb in here, do stuff, store stuff. So I needed it small enough to be out of the way, but big enough to hold the hot water heater. It's a 10-gallon tank. It's going to be about 90 pounds with water in it. So this shelf needs to be beefy, which is why I fiberglassed it up onto the hull, across the bottom and back up, and I glassed in the 2x4s. So that'll hold a couple 100 pounds probably. But yeah, that's it. There's the PEX-A water lines right there. The main line coming in, then I teed off it, went to the hot water heater, and then over. I probably could have done a quick what do you call it, the little hoses that you can buy for the hot water heater. They actually make a PEX-A hot water heater hose attachment, but when I was at Home Depot they didn't have any. So these fittings are so simple, you literally expand it and stick it on there. I got the little nipple fittings for the hot water heater, and it's good enough. It's good to go. So only thing I got to do now is add 2 T's in there, which will go this way to the bathroom when I remodel the bathroom. All right, guys, that wraps it up. Sorry for cutting it short, but my camera actually shut off on me and I didn't realize it. But we were wrapping the video up anyways. But I hope you enjoyed it. I will be back on the next video and show you some more remodels and where we were at. And as always, Salty Bushwhacker, it's a way of living. Thanks.